data is I think, at the heart of everything that we do. We're a software company focused on the operational deployment of predictive analytics, so results that come out of machine learning, statistical algorithms, and what's driving that is data. So without data, there wouldn't be any application in machine learning. And what we do is basically we take data and turn it into business value through the application of predictive analytics. For any investment in big data, I think it's imperative that you do it right, and you do it right now, because you'll be left behind very quickly if you don't invest in a solid infrastructure right now, if you don't recognize the opportunities. So big data is often characterized as three V's: volume, velocity, and variety. But I think V number 4, the value of big data, is really the most important part. And everybody, I think, needs to recognize that we're in a data-driven world, and that data is really a key asset for any organization. Your path through big data and investments in big data and infrastructure, it really depends on, I think, where you are today with the organization. Mm-hmm. If you've embraced data as an asset already, you're, I think, one step ahead of many of your competitors, and you'd be looking at machine learning, predictive analytics, kind of as the next level of investment. If you haven't done that, you need to take one step back and, I think, put a significant infrastructure in place to manage your data, so that you have the capabilities to consolidate the different silos across the organization. Take that and really draw new insights from that. So infrastructure is probably one item, but talent and expertise is absolutely critical. You can probably go along with outside consultants for a little bit, but your organization needs to mature internally and needs to bring in skills in big data, skills in data science, in order to transform itself. I think Wayne State's Big Data Symposium is a great place to get a nice insight into what is done in industry, and that's kind of the level where you can share some expertise, you can share some insights and see what other organizations have done. I think in terms of education, you can look at academic education curriculums that are, I think, still in flux. We see a lot of definitions for big data. We see a lot of definitions for data science, and I think there's no absolute common ground yet what it actually means. So you have technical skills, business skills, and I think universities like Wayne State are leading kind of the education into the right direction, trying to establish interdisciplinary approach to education in big data. I think any degree in big data analytics, master's, bachelor's, maybe even advanced PhD, at some point will give you multiple career paths. On one side, it's a very technical path, potentially, in data science, in looking at the technical architecture, at programming, at developing new algorithms. But what's also very, very critical is the bridge to the business side. So if you understand the business needs and can ask the right questions, that then you translate back more into the technical field is very, very critical. And we see that that's an essential part that organizations need today. In order to transform, you need to understand what questions to ask. So I think the curriculum there is going to be very essential. Either route, I think you'll have a bright future, and I think I would only recommend people to take a closer look at data science, at big data as a path. I come from physics, which is my background, and what I like about it is it's so generic. It allows you to go across different industry verticals. You're not necessarily just one thing across your career. So you can go into the financial industry, into manufacturing, into marketing. And with data and data science as your background, you can apply the same algorithms, the same technologies, and the same methods any of those verticals. So I think it's a future-proof career path.